Hello, beautiful people of the internet. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Jess, and on this channel I like to talk about spirituality, law of attraction, lifestyle stuff, food, etc, etc, etc. And today we are talking about vision boards. Well, we're doing part 2 to part 1 that I will link. I'll either put a card, I don't know if I know how to do that yet or not, but I'll put a card if I can. If not, I'll link it down below. To the part 1 of this video. I recommend you go watch that first because that's going over what came true on my 2020 vision board, and this is going over what I put on my 2021 vision board so we can kick off the year in a good way. Yeah, so let's get into it. All right, to start, so we're gonna start, and I want to go ahead and say that I leave spaces, or I try to leave spaces when I make these every year, so that way I can fill them in as I go. So let's say I want to, like, I'll get the urge to add something like, I don't know, something material, or maybe a specific amount of money, or just a new goal that comes up throughout the year, and so I'll add that onto the vision board. So that's why there are spaces left for that in particular. So yeah, let's get into the actual board. So if you look at the top, you will see a whole bookshelf. So I actually just went thrifting the other day and bought a whole bunch of classics that I realized that I've never read, like The Scarlet Letter, The Great Gatsby, a lot of these American classics, and I'm also trying to delve into classics from other cultures as well. But I want to get through the ones that I bought first before I jump into the ones, into getting new ones. I'm gonna read a ton of books this year, and that's why that's on the top. Right next to that is, I don't know if you can see them from the glare, but I'll put videos up. But right next to that is a swing out, and like an outdoor little swing set area, and that was just to signify being more in nature, being more playful in nature as well. So not necessarily just going on walks, but like making angels in the grass and rolling down hills and just having fun in nature and having fun in life in general. I've watched the movie Soul from Pixar like twice already, and I love the message of like the whole purpose of life is simply to live and to enjoy the time being, like to enjoy being here. And I really want to take that into 2021 and really spend more time playing outside and just being more playful in general, and not being so serious all the time and not taking myself so seriously. And yeah, just playing around a lot. And yeah, right next to that is some beautiful artwork that I got off of Pinterest. I didn't see the artist's name. I wish that I had, and I would give them credit in the video, but I didn't. It was just some art that I saw on a post on Pinterest, sorry. And I just thought that it was gorgeous and like a perfect example, like, of being balanced, being aligned, being more meditative. It symbolizes a lot for me because I definitely want to balance my chakras this year, whether that be professionally. I want to do it professionally and by myself. So I like to focus more on balancing my chakras because I know my upper ones are blocked and they need to be cleansed, and I just want to get that so that way I can be in line and in tune and ready to receive all these wonderful blessings that the universe is ready to send my way. Yeah, and just spend more time meditating, spend more time aligning myself, raising my vibration, that kind of stuff, and just spending more time, with my thoughts and with my my perception of God. I believe in a universal consciousness, not in like the big bearded man in the sky, but more so a universal consciousness. There's a lot that goes into that. I won't go into that, but spending more time in prayer and meditating, and yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, right next to that is a thing that says, it's just a little thing that I found on Pinterest. It was an article that I read, and it says the ultimate Europe bucket list. So my mom has been paying for like 2 years. My brother's senior trip is supposed to be going to Europe, and she unfortunately she couldn't afford at the time to pay for herself to go. So hopefully by the end of this year I can raise the money so she can come with us. And so yeah, I really hope that trip still goes through. It's supposed to be this summer, the summer of 2021, and looking at astrology, it's supposed to look pretty good. So we will see. I really hope that comes through, though. I really would love to go see Europe, even if I do have to take quarantine measures and whatever it takes to be safe, of course. But I really, really hope that trip goes through, and I think it'd be a great experience with my brother and hopefully my mom. I think it will be a really great experience because we have never traveled outside of the country, so that would be awesome. We'll go right up under that. I'm probably not going to show much of that because it's an actual snapshot from my bank account. I want to have at least $1,000 in my savings account, at least, by the end of the year. Like, it's really, really important to me to have $1,000 in my bank account or in my savings account, just for cushion money as I'm getting my financial independence from my parents, and then hopefully financially independent from a job before I'm 30. I really hope, or I know it will happen. I'm speaking it into existence. Less than 10 years is plenty of time to become a millionaire. It's fine. But yeah, I want to make sure I've got at least $1,000 in my bank account, or at least in my in my savings account for cushion money, and that'll of course increase. And I'm hoping for this or better. So, and then and of course above that, it's I want to have at least $5,000 a month from my hustles, from my side hustles, from my Amazon FBA and my books, and maybe my podcast at some point, and maybe the YouTube at some point. But yeah, just making that coin, getting my money right, and becoming financially independent, especially from my parents, because they've done so much to help. But I think it's time for me to be working. It's important to take this time to work on building my own security. In the bottom corner underneath that, I got a picture of a bus. And so if any of you guys know me personally, you'll know that I have always, it is my dream. I want to travel to all 50 states and live in all of them for at least a month or so, I guess, in the sense that I want to take my bus and I want to travel all across the United States and maybe to other countries eventually in my bus. Who knows? But I want to live out of a bus. I know that sounds crazy, but I just see it as the ultimate form of freedom. It's like one of the cheapest ways to live, because you have no bills, you have no obligations to anyone. Of course you have obligations to yourself and your family, along those lines, but you don't have bills in the same sense of a normal being stuck somewhere. And if I don't like where I'm at, I can always drive to a new spot. So I think that'd be a lot of fun, and I love to travel, and I think it would be great to do this while I'm young and while I'm single. And yeah, I think it'd be so much fun. So more on that. Hopefully I've been looking at buses, and I think I found the one. We will see. We'll see if that comes through. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. And yeah, I want to at least have the bus purchased by the end of 2021. If not, completely done. I'd love, but if anything, at least have it purchased and start working on it. So right next to that is a basket, a basket of fruit and vegetables, or it's just a bunch of fresh foods. I really want to eat better this year. I know I put that on my last year's, but I want to continue to eat more whole food, plant-based, just continuing on my vegan, add more years to my vegan calendar, I guess. And just keep eating vegan, but eat better. Try to eat less when it comes to eating less processed foods and just eating more plant-based. Yeah. Right next to that is body yada 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 yada. Anyways, that's my body goals for 2021. I know some people may think that it's superficial to want to look a certain way, or but I think we all have goals for ourselves, and I think that it's important to be the best version that you see yourself to be. And for me, I feel very fortunate to be healthy in the shape that I am in, and I've worked hard to get where I am now. But I think that I'm not really pushing myself to be the absolute best version of myself. And I think the absolute best version of myself is happy when she looks in the mirror. And I want to be strong, and I want to be you know, how I feel on the inside, I want it to look on the outside. So I'm gonna tone up and maybe hit the weights a bit more, try to get some more booty, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so I have 2 pictures for that. Just want to get toned and have my body looking the way that I feel on the inside already. And underneath that, there is, I know I put this on mine last year. I put it for Instagram and YouTube last year, but I just put it for Instagram this year. But I just felt like there was no need to put it twice. I think 1K is a good number to reach for on YouTube and Instagram whenever I do go back to posting on Instagram. I think I just want to build my audience and I want to meet more of you guys, and I want to help at least provide value to more people. And I think I just really want a little community, and I can't wait to see it grow. I know that it will as we find each other and as I figure out my video style and I can figure out more ways to bring value to you guys. I'm gonna bring it and we're gonna build it this year. And yeah, I put 1K on there for Instagram. It's just the Instagram format, but for Instagram and for YouTube. Mainly YouTube though, because I feel like this is where the most community is. Right above that is a little quote that says, "What's stopping you?" And I put this question on here because I know for 2020, the things that didn't come true on my 2020 vision board, it was because I was stopping myself. It was because of self-doubt that a lot of those things didn't come true. And I'm not gonna lie, I do have a lot of self-doubt, especially when it comes to money issues. That's why you would think that someone would put like 100K, and I did have 100K on my original draft, but then I took it off and I was just like, Jessica, are you gonna work that hard? Or do you really believe that you deserve 100K? And I just don't think I'm there yet with my manifestation yet. And that I know that's a personal block that I have to get through, but I just don't feel like I can make that yet. And I know that if I were to believe in myself and the universe, that it could definitely come true, but I just don't think I'm there with my belief system yet, and I'm working on that. So I tried to do something that was a bit smaller, but again, the whole thing with this vision board is this or greater, this or better, and I'm so open to it being more than that. I'm so open to it being more than this, but this is kind of like the bare minimum, if that makes sense. I'm open, I'm open to all the amazing possibilities that the universe wants to bring me. It's just I wanted to put what feels real to me, and unfortunately, right now I'm just not in a place where 100K or more than $5,000 a month feels comfortable for me. So yeah. So I put what's stopping you on here, because I just want to remind myself that I still have a long way to go when it comes to self-doubt, and I still have a long way to go when it comes to believing in myself and believing that I truly have the power to do all these things. So yeah, and just again to remind myself to work on it every single day and remind myself that I am powerful. All of this is going to come true, speak it all into existence, and that I am capable of all these things. And yeah, and reminding myself that I'm the only one stopping me. Right next to that is a blue belt. So I have been training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu since January, February-ish of 2019. So it's been almost 2 years, and I just really, okay, here's the thing. It may not seem like a lot to a lot of people because the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu belt system works. There's only 5 belts, and so you progress belts slowly usually. Like, there's a minimum amount of mat time, which is hours or time spent training, that you have to move on to the next belt. And then the way my gym works is it's when the coach sees that you're ready. And I 100% trust my coach to know when I'm ready for my blue belt, but I have a feeling that it's going to be this year, and I hope it's this year. I'm 3 stripes on my white belt now, so I really, really hope I get my blue belt this year. I'm going to work hard. Seeing it on my vision board every day is going to remind me to keep working, to keep pushing, to keep training, and know that it will come. Of course, it's not so much about the blue belt, it's just more so about hitting that really first big milestone when it comes to jiu-jitsu, and seeing how far that I've come, and just training more and yeah, it's more so about training more than really receiving a belt. It's more so about reminding myself to keep working hard and don't slack off when I'm in class, because to be honest, after I graduate from college in the next, it depends on if I graduate after next semester or not, but I only have so long here with this gym until I moved and I have to switch gyms and get to know a bunch of people, and so I really want to make sure I'm really working while I'm here with my amazing team that I have, and I don't want to leave them. But when I get in my bus, I mean, what choice do I have? You know? So right above that, we're almost done, is clear skin. I mean, that's pretty, it's a cheek, a clear glassy cheek. So my skin looks pretty okay now, but through 2020, I really battled with my skin. I was picking at my skin a lot. I think I swapped from my nails, as you saw in the last video, to my skin, and like I was just picking at bumps and just I didn't really have a clear routine set. So I've been really working on that, because I mean, it's like almost the middle of January now. So this year I've really been working on getting my skin right, healthy, clear skin, that being glowy, you know. I just want to be healthy and I feel more beautiful whenever my skin is clear. So yeah, clear skin is another thing I'm manifesting this year. And last but not least, the quote in the middle, which is my quote of the year. It says, being present without judgment in every moment. That is my only like resolution really for the year. It's the biggest thing for me this year is to continue to be present in the moment, or even be more present in the moment when I'm with friends, when I'm with by myself, even just being more in the moment, spending more time being present with every moment, taking it for what it is, remembering that it's all perfect, and yeah, being more mindful of the moment, and yeah, being more present. So yeah, if you guys want to make a vision board, I highly recommend it. It's a great way to manifest and speak all these things into existence and to bring them into the physical, out of the mind. And yeah, if you want to say your New Year's resolution or affirm something that you want to come true this year, that is going to come true. So you could say something like, I affirm now that I'm going to have 100K by the end of the year. And so it is. And just post that down in the comments if you want. And yeah, I'd love to see what you guys are wanting to manifest this year. So I send you guys all the love and light in the whole wide world. I love you, I love you, I love you. Bye guys.